Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Well, I know we all enjoyed last night's game, a 6-1 victory for the Edmonton Oilers over the LA Kings to take a 2-1 series lead. And I, of course, posted my Fanatic Rundown following the game, but there was one player in particular I don't think I gave near enough love to as I was going over it earlier this morning. Evander Kane came in last night and just had a massive impact for the Edmonton Oilers. When the Oilers signed Evander Kane, the first time Ken Holland bring him in on the 1-year contract and then renewed him on that 4-year contract, we had seen glimpses of what Evander Kane could bring to this team, not only the offensive scoring, but a sense of toughness. I remember back when the Oilers signed Milan Lucic, he made the remark that nobody feared coming into Edmonton. Like, you could come in and play the Oilers, and it would probably be a pretty easy game. There wouldn't be much fight back. And Evander Kane, when he came in, he really provided that impact for the Edmonton Oilers. And he's not alone now. There's guys like Vinny Desharnais, Darnell Nurse to a certain extent, and a few other guys there. We had Klim Kostin there for a while. Would love to get Kostin back. It was great seeing him in Game 1 here. But aside from that, we're talking about Evander Kane right now. Just the offensive impact, the tough impact that he has on this team when he's at his best. It's just undeniable, and it goes through the whole lineup. The playoffs are here, and my friends over at Deflect Apparel have everything you need to help cheer on the Oilers in their run for the Stanley Cup. They even have your furry fans covered too. Check them out at deflect.net and use the code FANATIC20 at checkout for 20% off your order. Check out more in the description below and stay tuned for upcoming contests. You can see in this clip here when he's coming back from serving all that time in the penalty box in the third period last night, getting a standing ovation from his teammates, everyone giving him high fives, a little punch on the shoulder. Kane just brings so much to this hockey team, and dealing with that sports hernia all season long, you can know now why he was struggling as much as he was. But even at the start of the season, it was really Zach Hyman and Evander Kane that were going for the Oilers. We know Connor was dealing with a bit of an injury. Leon didn't look like Leon just yet. And it was really Hyman and Kane that were the only guys that were going during that struggle that almost cost the Oilers their season. But as we see where we are now, it was a great, amazing bounce back, and Evander Kane in little spurts along the way, despite dealing with a sports hernia, came in, had an impact, and so far in these playoffs, like with this remark that he made to Mark Spector in the interviews last night.
What is it, Evander? Is it the physical part of the game? Is it the pressure? Is it that it means more? What makes you play your best hockey this time of year?
Just the drama of it all. Just brings the best out of me.
That's Evander Kane right there. I know that was said with a little bit of a wink and a little bit of sarcasm on Kane's part, but that's the toughness, that's the attitude that this team needs to succeed in the playoffs. And all the offensive guns are going. Connor finally got his first last night, but he had plenty of assists before then. Leon's going, and Zach Hyman with 6 goals. Most goals by a winger in their first 3 games of a playoff year. He's only 1 behind Bobby Schmotz, I believe that's how you say it, and Steve Payne from 1977 and 1981. So Oilers forward Zach Hyman doing this in 2024. I also missed mentioning that Evander Kane had a Gordie Howe hat-trick last night for the Edmonton Oilers. He collects the 3rd Gordie Howe hat-trick in Oilers playoff history. The most recent one was Craig McTavish back in Game 4 of the 1986 Smythe Division Final versus the Calgary Flames. So it has been a very long time. Once again, that is the impact of Evander Kane. It's attitude, it's toughness, it's timely scoring. The Oilers had a 3-1 lead when Kane scored. Drew Doughty had just put one in for the Kings to make it 3-1. The Kings had some momentum going. Evander Kane steps up, gets in front of the net, scores a huge goal, makes it 4-1. As I mentioned in my Fanatic Rundown last night, I think that 4-1 goal was the backbreaker for the Kings. They didn't look the same from there. That one pretty much solidified it that Game 3 was going to belong to the Edmonton Oilers. And if the Oilers can keep that level of play here going forward, then this series is probably already over. The Oilers only have a 2-1 lead, so I don't want to speak too early, too fast, but that was their best game of the series last night, start to finish. Yes, they scored 6 goals, but they were stingy defensively. They've kept the Kings off the board on the power play. Absolutely massive with all the power play goals the Oilers have scored. It's definitely been one of the big differences in the series, and guys like Evander Kane got the chance to play with Leon Draisaitl and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins last night, made the most of it. Don't know what the future holds for Evander Kane in Edmonton. He's still got a couple years left on his deal, and the Oilers will have some decisions to make this summer, but I don't know. How could Evander Kane really go anywhere right now? He's really a big heartbeat of this team. Guys like Dylan Holloway are going to need opportunities here going forward, but I think there's some way the Oilers can make it all work in a strong top 9. Maybe other guys will have to go and make it all the money work. I know it's going to be tight this summer, but don't want to talk too much about this summer yet. Getting ahead of myself, but I love Evander Kane as an Edmonton Oiler. Tough times don't last. Tough guys do, and that's Evander Kane epitomized right there. He's had ups and downs throughout his career and ups and downs throughout his time as an Edmonton Oiler, but what we're watching right now is what Evander Kane can ultimately bring to this team, and I certainly, for one, do not want it going anywhere. So let's hope this continues going forward. The Oilers can go on a strong playoff run here, but that's all I have for now, guys. Let me know your thoughts on Evander Kane, on the series so far, in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.